Today we're making checkered mug rugs. These miniature rugs are so cute and so useful. You can use them as coasters, and I love how they look on my desk. You can find the free written pattern linked in the description or at vivcrochets.com. If you found this tutorial helpful, please leave a like or comment to let me know. Thanks so much, and let's get started. For coasters, you want to use an absorbent and heat-resistant fiber, so cotton and wool are two good choices. I'll be using Big Twist cotton in white and Capri Eco Cotton in yellow. They're both medium weight yarns, and I'll also use a 4mm hook, some scissors, and a yarn needle. First, with either yarn color, we'll create a slip knot. To make a slip knot, place the yarn over the palm of your hand with the tail end at the bottom. Hold the yarn with your thumb and make sure this tail is at least about 10 centimeters long. Then wrap the top around 2 fingers to form an X. Then hook it around your pinky. Insert your hook under one side of the X, then over and grab the other side and pull it through. Remove your fingers and tighten the knot. And we'll start chaining the width of the rug. To chain, yarn over and pull through. Again, yarn over and pull through. And we'll continue until it's about 10 centimeters long or however wide you want it, but make sure it's a multiple of 4, like 20 or 24 chains. Here I have 20 chains and it's about 10 centimeters long. And now we'll chain 2 more as our turning chain. For row 1, we're going to make the bottom half of the squares. First, we'll skip these 2 chains we just made and double crochet in the third. To do a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the V of the third chain from the hook. So just go under the top loop of the sideways V, yarn over, pull through. Now you should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through just 2 loops, then yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. So this is our first double crochet. The chain 2 here does not count. Then we'll move on to the next chain. Again, yarn over, insert your hook under the top loop of the V of the next chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And we'll do 1 more double crochet. Now we have 3 double crochets, and in the 4th we'll switch to our other color. So we're going to start a double crochet but stop at the last 2 loops. We're going to drop our yarn, loop the other color yarn onto our hook, and pull it through the 2 loops. Then make sure your loose end is long enough. Now we can start working with the second color, but remember to carry the first color under your stitches. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, and here make sure that the first yarn is over and not under your hook. Then complete your double crochet. Then do your next one. Again, make sure the first yarn is over and not under your hook. Then we'll do 1 more carrying the yarn across, and we should have 3 double crochets in our second color. In the 4th, we'll switch back to the first color. Again, start the next double crochet but stop at 2 loops. And we're going to drop the yarn, pick up the first color, and pull it so it's not showing through the stitches. Then yarn over and pull it through the 2 loops. And then we'll do 3 double crochets while carrying the yarn we just dropped. And switch back to the other color in the 4th. Make sure you're pulling the carried yarn taut before you yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops to change colors. And we're going to continue like this all the way across. For the last color change, we're still going to carry the yarn under the stitches so the thickness is the same for the column of squares on this side. And we'll do 4 double crochets without switching to the next color. So once we finish this row, we should have 20 total double crochets, 4 in each block of color. Now we're going to start row 2 and complete the top half of the squares. First, make sure you pull the yarn you're carrying taut. To start every new row, we're going to chain 2 and turn. Now we're going to work under these V's on top, putting the same color on top of the stitches. Again, it's 4 double crochets per block of color. And we're going to carry the yarn across, so pull it over like this. Then we'll yarn over, go under the white yarn, then through the V of the first stitch, and complete our double crochet. Here's a clearer clip I did at row 9 for how to carry your yarn over. And we'll continue like we did with row 1, and we should be forming squares. So each square is made with 2 rows of 4 double crochets. And for the last stitch of this row, we're going to change colors because we're going to have the opposite color on top of the squares. And now to start row 3, the bottom half of the next row of squares, we're going to do the same thing, just with a different color on top. Again, chain 2 and turn to start the next row. And we'll double crochet across, carrying the yarn and switching to get the opposite color on top. And remember, when we do the bottom half of the squares, we don't change colors at the end of the row. And we'll start row 4 by chaining 2 and turning. And we'll do the same colors on top to complete the squares. And we'll change colors at the end of this row. So now we're just going to repeat these 4 rows until we get the length we want. I did a total of 12 rows, so it's 6 squares high, and it measures to be 9.5 centimeters wide and 12.5 centimeters long. Now we can fasten off. So chain 1, cut your yarn about 10 centimeters long, pull through with your hook and tighten the knot. And we can also cut our other yarn. Now we'll hide our loose ends. So thread one of your loose ends into your yarn needle. To hide it, we'll go under the stitches in a row. Then pull the yarn through. Go up to another row. And go under the stitches in the other direction. Then we can go up again and repeat, or you can stop here and snip off the remaining loose end. And then we'll hide our other ends. Now we're going to add fringe to the short ends, and I'm going to put opposite color fringe next to the squares. First, we'll cut a strand of yarn about 8 centimeters, and you can make it longer if you want, and if it's hard to attach, you can make it longer, then trim it down. And we're going to use this piece of yarn to cut more pieces of the same length. You're going to end up needing 20 pieces in each color. To attach the fringe, we're going to use a slightly larger hook just to make it a little easier, but you don't have to. And here I have the nicer looking side facing up, and we'll go to a yellow square and insert our hook into the corner, under and up through the edge. Then we'll hook 2 strands of the white yarn onto our hook and pull it through, but not all the way. Then hook the ends and pull it through the loop. And now we can pull the individual ends to line them up. Then we can pull it tight. And we're going to do 2 per square, so I'll grab another 2 pieces of white yarn. Then I'll insert my hook under and through the edge of the square a little to the left. Hook the 2 strands and pull it through. Grab the ends, then pull it through the loop. Then I'll straighten the ends and pull it tight. And we'll do that all the way across this side and the other side using the white strands on the yellow squares and the yellow strands on the white squares. And now we should be done with our crochet checkered mug rug. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.